Hello students, I am Mrs. Gauri Shankar Bhor from Ferguson College. Now already we have started chapter number 6, superposition of waves. In this chapter we have studied vibrations of an air column in a pipe closed at one end. In its fundamental mode already we have studied. Now in today's lecture we are going to study different modes of vibration in a pipe closed at one end. Now let us go to PPT. Now we know fundamental frequency of an air column when it is produced in a pipe closed at one end is given by N is V upon 4 in the bracket L plus E. Now if the air column is made to vibrate in a such a way that antinode is formed at the open end of the pipe and node is formed at the closed end of the pipe, but one more node and antinode in between them, then if N1 is the frequency in this mode of vibration of the wave, lambda 1 is the wavelength of the wave in this mode, then the length L is capital L is equal to 3 lambda 1 upon 4. Now how do we get here this length of the air column? Now the wavelength of this wave from this point to this point, it is lambda 1 upon 4. From this point to this point, wavelength is lambda 1 upon 2, and therefore total wavelength is 3 lambda 1 upon 4, and therefore here we get vibrating length or corrected length of air column capital L is 3 lambda 1 upon 4. Now from this we can get lambda 1 is equal to 4L upon 3. Now we know capital L is a small l plus E, small l is the length of the pipe plus E is the end correction. So therefore velocity of the wave in this mode can be written as N1 lambda 1. Now from this we can write N1 is equal to V upon lambda 1. So now we are going to substitute this lambda 1 as 4 in the bracket L plus E upon 3 in the denominator, and therefore then we get 3V upon 4 in the bracket L plus E. And this is the frequency in this mode of vibration. Now comparing this frequency with the fundamental frequency, we get this is equal to 3N. So therefore N1 is the frequency in this mode of vibration. This is equal to 3N, that is equal to third harmonic or first overtone. This is the first higher frequency after the fundamental. Now if the air column is made to vibrate in a such a way that there are 3 antinodes and 3 nodes are formed, if N2 is the frequency of the wave, lambda 2 is the wavelength of wave in this mode of vibration, then length of air column capital L is 5 lambda 2 upon 4. Now again we can say, how do we get here this 5 lambda 2 upon 4? It is, if lambda 2 just now we have studied, lambda 2 is the wavelength of wave, then lambda 2 here from this point to this point, wavelength is lambda 2 upon 4. From this to this point, wavelength is lambda 2 upon 2. From this point to this point, again wavelength is lambda 2 upon 2. So therefore total wavelength is equal to 5 lambda 2 upon 4. Now from this equation we can get lambda 2, which is equal to 4L upon 5. Now capital L, we can write it as small l plus E. So therefore here velocity of the wave in this mode of vibration can be written as V is equal to N2 lambda 2. From this, in this mode, frequency N2 can be written as V upon lambda 2. Lambda 2 is already got in the previous equation. Substituting in the denominator, we get 5V upon 4L. Here capital L is L plus E, and therefore here we get frequency N2 is equal to 5V upon 4 in the bracket L plus E. Now this frequency in this mode of vibration, if we compare with the fundamental frequency, it is equal to 5N. That is fifth harmonic or second overtone. So N2 is the frequency in this mode of vibration, which is equal to fifth harmonic, which is the next higher frequency after the fundamental. So here we can observe first frequency higher than the fundamental is 3N. Afterwards frequency is 5N. So we can say for a closed pipe at one end, only odd harmonics are present. And therefore, generally we can write for the pth overtone, the frequency Np is equal to 2p plus 1 in the bracket into n, where n is the fundamental frequency. And this is the general equation for the frequency for the pth overtone. Now next point is vibrations of air column in a pipe open at both ends. Now we can observe this diagram. Now boundary conditions demand that pipe if is open at both ends, then antinodes are formed at two open ends of the pipe. Now here air inside the pipe is closed or it is bound by the wall of the pipe. Therefore, air inside the pipe is little denser than the air outside the pipe. And therefore, sound waves, if the source of sound like a vibrating tuning fork, if is held at the open end of this pipe, then sound waves are sent inside the pipe. They are reflected from the other end, from the other open end. They interfere with the incident wave and stationary waves are formed under suitable conditions. For example, we can say if the tuning fork if is held, vibrating tuning fork, at one of the open ends of the pipe, then suppose compression is formed at this first open end, which travels through the pipe, and to the other open end it is partially reflected as a rarefaction, which moves back to the first open end. Again, due to second partial reflection, compression is produced, which interferes with the waves coming in by a path difference of 2L, and stationary waves are formed inside the pipe. Here, this is the fundamental mode of vibration. There are two antinodes at two open ends and one node between them. So the length of air column capital L is equal to lambda upon 2, or we can write lambda is equal to 2L. So frequency in this mode of vibration N is equal to V upon lambda, because we know equation of the wave V is equal to N lambda. So therefore N equal to V upon lambda. So lambda is got 2L. Substituting in the denominator V upon 2L, substituting capital L as L plus 2E in the bracket, and why here is 2E, because two end corrections are got at two open ends of the pipe. So therefore here finally we can write velocity of the wave V equal to 2NL. This is the fundamental frequency or first harmonic, which is the lowest frequency of vibration. Now, if the air column is made to vibrate in a such a way that three antinodes and two nodes are formed in the pipe, then length of air column capital L is equal to lambda 1 is equal to small l plus 2e. Now, how do we get here this lambda 1 only? So we can say if lambda 1 and n1 are the wavelength and frequencies respectively of air column, then we get wavelengths from this point to this point. Wavelength is lambda 1 upon 4. From this point to this point, wavelength is lambda 1 upon 2. From this to this point, wavelength is lambda 1 upon 4. So the total length of the air column is equal to lambda 1. So therefore now velocity of the wave in this mode can be written as V equal to N1 lambda 1. In this mode, frequency is N1, which is equal to V upon lambda 1. Lambda 1 already we have got in the previous equation, which is capital L, and capital L is small l plus 2e. So therefore frequency in this mode of vibration N1 is equal to V upon in the bracket L plus 2e. Comparing this frequency with the fundamental frequency, it is equal to 2n, that is second harmonic or first overtone. So in this case, after the fundamental frequency, we get in the second mode of vibration second harmonic or first overtone frequency. Now if the air column is made to vibrate in a such a way that there are 4 antinodes are formed and 3 nodes are formed, then length of air column capital L is L equal to 3 lambda 2 upon 2. Again here, how do we get here this 3 lambda 2 upon 2? So we can say if N2 and lambda 2 are the frequency and wavelengths respectively of the air column, then wavelength from this point to this point is lambda 2 upon 4. From this to this, wavelength is lambda 2 upon 2. From this to this point, again it is lambda 2 upon 2, and from this to this point, it is lambda 2 upon 4. So the total length of the wave, we can write it as 3 lambda 2 upon 2. So now velocity equation in this mode is given by equation V equal to N2 lambda 2. N2 is the frequency in this mode of vibration. So N2 is equal to V upon lambda 2. This is equal to 3V upon 2L, because lambda 2 we have substituted, which is got in the earlier equation, 2 in the bracket L plus 2E upon 3. Substituting in the denominator, we get this equation. Now capital L, we know it is small l plus 2E, 2 end corrections at 2 open ends of the pipe. So 3V upon 2 in the bracket L plus 2E. Now comparing this frequency with fundamental frequency, it is equal to 3N, that is the third harmonic or second overtone. So here this is the third harmonic, we can say, which is equal to the frequency in this mode of vibration. So we can say, thus all harmonics are present as overtones in the mode of vibrations of air column open at both ends. Similarly, frequency Np for pth overtone is Np equal to P plus 1 in the bracket into N, where N is the fundamental frequency and P equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now from these observations, two important points we can write under note. First important point under note is sound produced by pipe open at both ends contains all harmonics and its quality is richer than that of produced by closed pipe. Second important point under note is fundamental frequency of vibration in an open pipe is a double that of closed pipe. Now there is practical determination of end correction. In this method, we take two pipes of same diameter but having different lengths. Different lengths are small L1 and small L2. Now first case is for a pipe open at both ends. So velocity of the wave in two pipes having fundamental frequencies N1 and N2 in two pipes. We can compare this velocity equation in two pipes. So substituting capital L1 as small L1 plus 2E and capital L2 as L2 small L2 plus 2E. Now solving this equation for small e, that is the end correction, we get this is equal to N1 L1 minus N2 L2 upon 2 in the bracket N2 minus N1. So this is the end correction. By using this equation, we can calculate end correction in case of pipe if it is open at both ends. Now second case is if the pipe closed at one end, then end correction we can calculate by comparing velocity equation in two pipes having fundamental frequencies N1 and N2. Small L1 and small L2 are their lengths. So V equal to 4N1 L1 equal to 4N2 L2. Substituting L1 as small L1 plus E, capital L2 as L2 plus E. Now by solving this equation, we can get end correction equation, which is E is equal to N1 L1 minus N2 L2 upon N2 minus N1. So here we can observe two different equations we are getting for two different cases. If the pipe is open at both ends, end correction can be calculated by using this equation, or if the pipe is closed at one end, we can use this formula and we can get end correction. So this is also the one of the method to find end correction. Now vibrations produced in a string. Consider a string of length small l having linear density small m, that is the mass per unit length. If tension T acts on the string, this string is stretched between two fixed ends. Now, this string is made to vibrate by plucking it at the center or by holding a vibrator like a vibrating tuning fork near it. If the wire is plucked at its center, then transverse waves are produced in the wire. They travel in opposite direction. They are reflected from the fixed ends. They change their phase by pi radian. They interfere with each other, and stationary waves are formed along the length of the string or along the length of the wire between two fixed ends. Now, here, if the wire is plucked at the center, as shown in the diagram, there is antinode is formed in the middle and two nodes at its two ends with one loop along its length. This is the fundamental mode of vibration. Now this is the first mode of vibration, we can also say. So it consists of an antinode formed at the center and nodes at the two ends with one loop formed along its length. Now we know small l, that is the length of the string, small m, linear density of the string, that is the mass per unit length. T is the tension applied due to stretching, or this tension is applied and therefore this is acting on that string. Now length of the loop small l is equal to lambda upon 2. So lambda is equal to 2l. Frequency of vibrations of the string, V is equal to n lambda, so n is equal to V upon lambda. V is square root of T upon m, that is the velocity of the transverse wave, which depends upon tension in the string and linear density m. Also it depends on the material of the string. So here we can substitute V is equal to under root T upon m, and denominator lambda is 2l, which is already we have got in the earlier equation. So this is the frequency of fundamental mode of vibration in this case, which is this fundamental frequency is also called as first harmonic. Now this string is made to vibrate in a such a way that there are two loops formed with node at the center, and also two nodes are formed at two ends of the string. In this case, length of one loop is small l upon 2 is equal to lambda 1 upon 2, where lambda 1 is the wavelength of the wave and n1 is the frequency of the wave. So l upon 2 is equal to lambda 1 upon 2 is the length of each loop. So therefore we can cut 2 from both sides and we get small l is equal to lambda 1. So frequency n1, again we can write V upon lambda 1. V is square root of T upon m upon lambda 1. Lambda 1 already we have got in the earlier equation, that is equal to small l. So substituting in the denominator 1 upon l into square root of T upon m. Now comparing this frequency equation with the fundamental frequency, this is equal to 2n, that is the second harmonic or first overtone. So frequency in this mode is equal to, which is equal to n1, and this is equal to second harmonic. Now if the string is made to vibrate in a such a way that 3 loops are formed, then length of one loop is l upon 3, this is equal to lambda 2 upon 2, where lambda 2 is the wavelength of the wave, n2 is the frequency of the wave. So we can write therefore lambda 2 is equal to 2l upon 3. Frequency V equal to n2 lambda 2, so n2 is equal to V upon lambda 2. V is square root of T upon m, lambda 2 is 2l upon 3, we have substituted in the denominator. So this is equal to, this frequency n2 is equal to 3 upon 2l into square root of T upon m. Now comparing this frequency with the fundamental frequency, we get n2 is equal to 3n, that is the third harmonic or second overtone. So we can write, thus for all harmonics are present in case of stretched string, and generally it is written as NP is equal to P into N, because here up to third mode we have studied. Now in the fourth mode we get their frequency N3 is equal to 4N, 5N, 6N and so on, and therefore general equation for the frequency for Pth we can say here NP is equal to P into N. Sonometer, next point. Now as shown in the diagram, this is the apparatus for the sonometer. Now sonometer consists of a long rectangular hollow wooden box. It is called as sound box. Sound box is used to make a large mass of air vibrate so that sound produced by the string gets amplified. Now this principle is used in case of stringed instruments, that is violin, sitar, veena, guitar, etc. Now in this case there are two bridges along the width of the box which can be moved along the length of the box. Here a metallic wire of uniform cross section, a long metallic wire, that wire passes over the bridges. Now this wire is fixed at its one end and its other end passes over the pulley. To the free end of this wire there is hanger attached in which different slotted weights we can add which apply suitable tension to the string. Now this wire can be adjusted by adjusting positions of the knife edges. So the vibrating length between these two knife edges we can adjust by adjusting the positions of these two knife edges. So here in this case vibrating length can be adjusted and suitable tension also with the help of hanger we can apply. Now wire can be made to vibrate by plucking it at the center. Then transverse waves are produced in the wire. They travel in opposite direction. They are reflected from the knife edges. They interfere with each other and stationary waves are formed between knife edges. Now wire also can be made to vibrate by holding a vibrating tuning fork near it. Now the frequency of vibration of the string is then same as the frequency of the tuning fork. If the wire vibrates at its one of the natural frequencies, then standing waves with maximum amplitude are set up in the wire. Here, when the frequency of the vibrating string and the frequency of the tuning fork, when they are matched, then it is termed as resonance, and here this wire vibrates with maximum amplitude. Now to identify resonance, a small piece of paper called paper rider is placed on the wire, and if the wire vibrates in its fundamental frequency and the frequency of the tuning fork, if are matched, then the paper rider happens to be at the antinode and is thrown off. Now this sonometer apparatus we can use to verify three laws of a vibrating string. Here the first law of a vibrating string is law of length. Law of length is the fundamental frequency of vibrations of a string is inversely proportional to the length of the vibrating string if tension and mass per unit length are kept constant. Mathematically it is written as this fundamental frequency is inversely proportional to vibrating length if T tension and M linear density are constant. Now in this case, to verify first law, that is the law of length, by using sonometer, here the length of the wire and its mass are measured. Then this ratio, that is the mass per unit length, linear density, we can determine from this ratio. This wire is stretched on the sonometer box. To that other end, there is a hanger suspended in which different slotted weights, if are added, they apply constant tension to the string. Now, if the paper rider is placed on the wire midway between the bridges. Tuning fork is set into vibration by striking it on the rubber pad. If the vibrating tuning fork, here in this case the stem part of the tuning fork is held in contact with the wooden box. Now the vibrating length between two knife edges is so adjusted that its frequency will match with the frequency of the vibrating tuning fork. If these two frequencies are matched, then standing waves with large amplitude are set up in the wire or in the vibrating length, and we get paper rider is thrown off. So now in this case, this vibrating length can be noted as L1 for frequency N1. Thus the set of tuning fork having different frequencies N1, N2, N3 are used, and corresponding vibrating lengths L1, L2, L3 and so on are noted. Then it is found that product N1 L1 is equal to N2 L2 is equal to N3 L3 is equal to constant. So generally, or in general, we can write NL is equal to constant, and therefore this fundamental frequency is inversely proportional to vibrating length if tension and mass, linear density and tension T are constant. This law also we can verify by plotting a graph. If the 1 upon L, that is the reciprocal of the vibrating length, if is plotted on y-axis and frequencies of the forks if are plotted on x-axis, we get nature of the graph straight line approaching towards the origin, then which verifies this first law, that is the law of length of the first law of a vibrating string. Okay students, now today we have completed vibrations of air column in a pipe closed at one end, different modes of vibration in a pipe open at both ends, then different modes of vibration in case of stretched string, then sonometer, and first verification of first law of a vibrating string by using sonometer. Thank you.